Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Ralf Rangnick has been appointed as the new manager of Austria. Rangnick has signed a 2-year contract with Austria. He will still continue the consultancy role at Manchester United until 2024. Ralf Rangnick is Man United's interim manager until the end of the season. He's been Manchester United's interim manager for around 4 months or so now. Rangnick has endured one transfer window as Manchester United's interim manager. Unfortunately, he didn't get backed in this year's January transfer window. Revert back to earlier on this season, Rangnick made changes because he recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. Before, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. The news regarding Erik ten Hag. The other week, it got officially announced that Manchester United appointed Erik ten Hag as their new manager. Obviously, Ten Hag's going to replace Ralf Rangnick. Ten Hag signed a 3-year contract with an option of a further year. Man United agreed the compensation with Ajax. It was below 2 million. Ten Hag is Manchester United's 5th permanent manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. Ten Hag is going to get a transfer budget of between 100 and 150 million this summer. There's a lot of players that Ten Hag wants to bring to Manchester United. It recently said that he's eyeing a move for Paulo Dybala. He could bring 35 million rated Sebastian Haller. He also wants Anthony. He wants that Duran Timber. And there's other players he wants as well. Don't forget Mitchell van der Gag. And Steve McLaren could join Ten Hag at Manchester United. This summer, Ten Hag is going to get rid of a lot of players. It said not so long ago that he put 5 players up for sale. It's going to be good for Ten Hag to come and experience the Premier League. He's not yet managed in the Premier League. You've got to admire the work he's done at Ajax. He's developed the young players well. He's won Eredivisie titles with them. He's won some Dutch Cups with them. And revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. So there you go. Ten Hag's contract at Ajax was due to expire next year. He's been in charge of Ajax for over 4 years. Ajax appointed him in back in December 2017. Ten Hag is the former Utrecht, Bayern Munich reserves and Go Ahead Eagles manager. The 4 managers Manchester United have sacked since Ferguson. We sacked David Moyes after 10 months. Manchester United finished 7th under the David Moyes era. Then we had Louis van Gaal. for like 2 years, and then Man United sacked him. We won the FA Cup under Van Gaal. And then after Van Gaal, we had Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho enjoyed like 2.5 years at the club. He did enjoy one good season at Man United because he won 3 trophies in his first season. The 3 trophies he won was the Europa League, the EFL Cup and the Community Shield. And last year, Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after almost 3 years in charge. So there you go. Manchester United have not won a trophy for 5 years or so now. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Man United have only won 4 trophies in the last 10 years. The last time we won the Premier League was back in 2013. And in the last 10 years or so, Man United have spent a substantial amount. We've spent over 1.3 billion, and we've definitely brought over 40 odd players in since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. And let me put into the equation, none of this squad was Rangnick's. He was inheriting players who other managers have brought in. Same thing, with Ten Hag, none of this squad is his. But obviously he's looking to rebuild the squad, is Ten Hag. I don't like the way the football club has been run for a long time. Like I've said time and time again, we've got to get the Glazers out of the football club because they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Prior to the Norwich game at Old Trafford, Manchester United fans protested against the Glazers. It was a small and peaceful protest. Revert back towards the end of last season, Man United fans protested against the Glazers at the Carrington training ground and at Old Trafford because at that point the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 17 years. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. Earlier on this year, Woodward stepped down. That was good news from a Man United perspective because Woodward was one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. He was accountable for how poor our recruitment policy was and that. Woodward was Man United's vice chairman for around 17 years. Earlier on this year, Richard Arnold replaced him as the new CEO. But this summer, the players who I think will leave Manchester United, Dean Henderson will leave. Henderson is Man United's second choice goalkeeper. Henderson doesn't really get in goal because revert back to summer of last year, De Gea reclaimed that number 1 spot back. Henderson has only made 3 appearances this season. Henderson has got that experience behind him because before he enjoyed 2 successful loans with Sheffield, he's had other loan spells before with Stockport, Grimsby and Shrewsbury. Was it before the start of last season, Henderson signed a long-term contract. He's under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year. He regrets signing that long-term contract. Tom Eaton, I think he could leave this summer. Tom Eaton's a backup keeper. Tom Eaton's our third choice keeper. Haven't had a great deal of a perception on Eaton. Eaton played in the pre-season games before the start of this season. To his credit, he was impressive. Man United got Tom Eaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa at the time. Eaton signed a 2-year contract with an option of a 3rd year. Lee Grant, he's another one I'm expecting to leave this summer. Lee Grant's our 4th choice keeper. I think we got him on a free from Stoke. We brought him in under Jose Mourinho. Amon Wan-Bissaka, I'm expecting him to leave this summer. I'm hearing that Crystal Palace want him back. For me, Wan-Bissaka's not good enough. He's done well defensively in a lot of games for Man United, but the attacking side of his game is not so good. And Bissaka's not been our first choice right back under Rangnick. You know, Diego Dalot has. And Wan-Bissaka didn't play any part against Chelsea yesterday. He recently picked up an injury. This season has been Wan-Bissaka's third full season at Man United. Man United got Bissaka from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. Got him for £50 million. Jones and Bailly, also expecting them to leave this summer because they don't really get in the team. Jones, though, came on in the 1-1 draw against Chelsea yesterday. That was his third Premier League appearance in like 2 years or just over 2 years. Jones played in the 4-0 defeat to Liverpool at Anfield the other week, and he played in the 1-0 defeat to Wolves, and in that game he was our best player. Jones is obviously not one of our first choice centre-halves as a backup. He's been a long-serving player at the club. This season has been his 11th season at Man United. His contract at Manchester United expires next year. Jones should have left Man United in January. Don't forget, he was linked to the move to Bordeaux. Eric Bailly, yes, he is a good centre-half, but obviously doesn't get in the team, and plus he's injury prone, which is a concern. Man United got Bailly from Villarreal back in 2016. Manchester United paid £30 million. Bailly's been at the club for over 5 years now. Harry Maguire, he'll be leaving Man United this summer. He's not good enough to represent the club. I can't understand how Harry Maguire is still the captain of Man United. A lot of Man United fans have been demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire, especially throughout the course of this season. Maguire is out with a knee injury at the moment. Looks like he's out for the season. He's endured quite a few injuries since he came to the club. Man United overpaid for Maguire, got him for £80 million. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive signing at the club. Maguire's been at Man United for around 3 years. Telles, I'm expecting him to leave Man United this summer. I've said this season is going to be Telles' last season. Telles has been poor in the last couple of months. There again, he has had his good games under Rangnick. Telles has appeared to be our first choice left back under Rangnick. Telles was poor against Chelsea yesterday. Man United got Telles from Porto back in 2020. Got him in a deal worth £15.4 million. You know the news regarding Nemanja Matic. He's leaving Man United this summer. Revert back to a few weeks ago now. Matic announced he will be leaving Man United this summer, despite having 12 months on his contract. Matic has started a lot of games recently because obviously we've got Fred that's been injured. Obviously Pogba, he's out for the season. So we've had to play Matic and McTominay in the centre midfield. Matic, you know, he's had his good games at United. You know, against Chelsea yesterday, got the assist for the Ronaldo goal, and he got the assist for the Ronaldo goal in the 3-1 defeat to Arsenal last weekend. Matic has been at the club now for over 4 years. Manchester United got Matic for £40 million. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that still being given his opportunities, he's the only predominant centre defensive midfielder Man United have got at the moment. Pogba, you know the news on him. Pogba is increasingly likely to leave Man United this summer. He's out of contract this summer. Not so long ago, Rangnick confirmed that Pogba is unlikely to play for Manchester United again. Pogba came off injured in the 4-0 defeat to Liverpool at Anfield. Pogba's had quite a lot of injuries since he re-signed for the club, so you can say he's injury prone. Pogba, you know, is a good player when he wants to be, and he's also an imperative player. Pogba's Man United's most expensive sign at the moment. Manchester United paid £89 million for him. This season's been his 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far, and he's played over 200 games since he re-signed. Lingard, he should be leaving Manchester United this summer. Lingard should have left in January this year, but Man United blocked his exit. Lingard's out of contract in the summer. Lingard is a squad player, doesn't get in the team much. He has been part of the club though for a long time. He came up our academy. The second half of last season endured a 4-month loan spell with West Ham. Anthony Martial, I think he'll leave permanently this summer. Martial is out on loan with Sevilla at the moment. Juan Mata, he'll be leaving this summer. Juan Mata has been a long-serving player at Man United. He's been at Man United for 8 years. Juan Mata's had a good career at Manchester United. He's out of contract this summer. Man United got Mata from Chelsea back in 2014, got him for 37.1 million. And Ronaldo, good chance he'll be leaving this summer. Earlier on this season, Erik ten Hag did mention that he doesn't want Ronaldo as part of his plans for next season. Don't forget, Ronaldo's out of contract at Man United next year, but there's an option to extend for a further year. Ronaldo's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. He receives £480,000 a week. Man United re-signed Ronaldo in the summer of last year for 20 million with add-ons included, and he wears the number 7 shirt. Since Ronaldo re-signed for the club, he's scored around 23 goals in all competitions. He's scored 17 goals in the Premier League. Ronaldo scored against Chelsea yesterday. It was his first Premier League goal against Chelsea. He rescued Manchester United, and Ronaldo scored in the 3-1 defeat to Arsenal last weekend. Ronaldo missed the game against Liverpool at Anfield the other week as Ronaldo announced that his baby son had passed away. That was upsetting. Obviously, before kick-off between Liverpool and Man United at Anfield, there was a 7-minute applause for Ronaldo. Edison Cavani, he'll be leaving Man United this summer. Cavani's out of contract this summer. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Cavani's had his good games at Man United. Cavani's not available at the moment because he's out with injury. He's had quite a lot of injuries since he came to the club. So there you go. And I'm expecting players to leave Man United next year because we've got quite a lot of players' contracts that are due to expire next year. So anyway guys, on my next video I'll be giving you my player ratings from the Chelsea game. Drop your comments, likes, on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.